In this video, I give you 5 reasons why you should move to Berlin if you're not from Germany. I hope you enjoy it. Before I moved to Berlin, I've only lived in small German towns. I lived in Bayreuth, which has about 60,000 people. And before that, I lived in Brandenburg, which has about 15,000 people.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Where I'm from, Dallas, the Metroplex has approximately 7.6 million people. That is a lot of people. It is spread out over an area of about 9,200 square miles, so it doesn't really feel like that big of a city. Not very many people actually live in Dallas proper itself. I think Dallas proper itself only has maybe a couple million people living there. It definitely doesn't feel like a big city like New York or LA or Houston feels like a big city. In contrast, Berlin has about 3.65 million people, but it's only spread out over an area of about 865 square kilometers, which is somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 miles.
Education, I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Berlin is definitely the largest city I have ever lived in, and with that comes some advantages. In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 reasons why, if you're a foreigner, you should move to Berlin. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and hit the like button. I make videos like this about my life in Germany and my life here in Berlin, and really anything else I think of. So if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure you subscribe and go ahead and hit the bell icon so you'll get noticed when I post new videos.
Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's
One of the best things about living here in Berlin is the public transportation. I lived in Bayreuth. Yeah, we had a bus that ran 3 times an hour for the most part. Sometimes it was, you know, on busier routes it was more often, but on average about 3 times an hour. Things took a lot longer to get done because if you missed the bus by a minute, you would wait for 20 minutes to sit there at the bus stop waiting for it. The public transportation system here is extremely extensive. Whether it's a tram, whether it's an S-Bahn or an U-Bahn or a bus, there's always an option close by for you.
gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your...
It's still pretty inexpensive to live here in Berlin, especially compared to other major capital cities in Europe. Yes, it's hard to find an apartment here, and that is one of the main drawbacks of moving here. And I'm sure I'll put that in another video about why you shouldn't move to Berlin. When you can find an apartment, it's usually quite affordable. That's one of the reasons why it's so hard to find an apartment. But public transportation is extremely affordable, and with gas prices as high as they are, you'll save a ton if you don't have to drive anywhere. I find food to be less expensive here, especially when it comes to like fruits and vegetables compared to the States. It seems like fresh foods are a lot cheaper here than they are in the States. Ironically, it seems like the fast foods here like Burger King and McDonald's are actually more expensive here than they are in the States. In my opinion, one of the best things about living in Berlin is how open and how tolerant the city is. It's extremely nonconformist, and it's a haven for subcultures. There's a large LGBTQ+ community, and it is a city that for the most part is judgment-free of different lifestyles. If you're coming from a more conservative area, like I'm from Texas, this is a refreshing change of scenery. Now, even though I don't fall into one of these categories, I love being in a more tolerant society. It just, in my opinion, it makes life better for everybody.
I'm immersed in this life. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth. Just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth. Just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth. Just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth. Just focus on yourself first.
There is a ton of stuff to do here in Berlin. Whether you're into clubs, Berghain is world famous. I'm not into that kind of thing, but there's always, any big band is going to come through here on concert. There are 1,000 parks to hang out in with your friends, drink beer, have a picnic, or just read a book. On Sundays, everyone goes out for a stroll. So yeah, you're never going to be bored in Berlin.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
There are a ton of international people who live in Berlin, and it's one of the most international cities in Europe. You can definitely get by without speaking German, but I highly recommend you do learn as much German as you can. It'll definitely make your life a lot easier if you do speak some German. But if you don't, you can get by just fine most of the time here in Berlin. I've known a guy who's lived here for like 6 years and still doesn't speak German. Now, I don't recommend that at all, but it's nice to know that there's a safety net here where you're not going to be completely lost if you don't speak German.
But I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
There are far more reasons to move to Berlin than this, and I'm sure I'll make more videos on the topic. But for now, these are 5 reasons why you should move to Berlin if you're not from Germany. Do you live in Berlin, or are you wanting to move to Berlin? If so, let me know in the comments. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and hit the like button, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. And be sure you hit the bell icon so you'll get noticed when I post new videos. Guys, until then, I'll see you later.